desperate for you, in my heart, longing after you, oh God.
For us today, my goal is to highlight at least one gospel artist per month as we go about this journey together. And wow, starting this, I guess I should say with some introductions. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shamar Latanya. I am an author, I am a minister, I'm a faith-based speaker and a Christian life coach. If you do know me, then you know all that about me. So let's back up just a little bit. I guess the reintroductions are, I'm still all of those things, but I am someone who used to be known for helping women get through their divorce. Never regretted that, love that. But I think that sometimes we get caught up in what makes sense instead of what our purpose is. And I am skipping ahead, but I can definitely say that's what happened to me. So if I could reintroduce myself as any way, it would be the same, but I am a woman who loves advocating for the people who stand out, who loves advocating for the people who feel like they don't have a voice, who loves advocating for people who want to come to God and live their purpose and live their dreams, but do it without being a carbon copy of somebody else. It's possible, and you don't have to be. You can come to God, you can fulfill your purpose, and I mean God, not a church building. You can come to God and fulfill your purpose in your own unique way. And that is who I have evolved into. Being a woman who has had to learn how to serve God and live her purpose in her way without trying to be like everybody else. It has definitely been a journey. So we talk about, and if you see me look to the side, I have notes, y'all. I have notes. So I'm going to use my little notes. I'm not going to look down the whole time, but I do have my notes. So if you talk about the shift, where I have been, and I'm going to do another video about this called Come Away Before You Come Apart. Where I have been, what had happened. The tea is this. I remember walking in the mall one day. It was like back in October. And if you're an entrepreneur, you usually get ready for Black Friday, like way in September. And I hadn't got ready for anything yet. And out of nowhere, I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to do a Black Friday sale. And in that very moment, I heard, legit, what are you doing? And I remember thinking, okay, I am. But then I heard it again, what are you doing? It was giving very much Elijah in the cave and God asking him, what are you doing here? And at that moment, I didn't know how to answer. And it was as quickly as I heard it, was as quickly as I said, you know what? I'm going to take a break. So I texted my web designer. I'm like, you know what? I am going to go on sabbatical. I don't know what the sabbatical is going to look like. I don't know why. I don't know the reasoning. But in this moment, I just know that I can't do this anymore. In all capacities. I was shutting down coaching anyway. I was shutting down a lot of different aspects of that part of the business. And I just know that it was time to rest. 4 years of full-time entrepreneurship hustling, 4 years of no sleep, 4 years of traveling, being everywhere. And I don't regret it, but there is something about operating in when you aren't really operating in purpose, but you're operating in supposed to's, but you've convinced yourself that it's purpose, that will stop you after a while. So the first thing I would say to you is, man, look, it's best if you just go ahead and operate in purpose off the rip, okay? Because it will come back around. So the sabbatical, I'm thinking, okay, I'll get some rest and I'll come back in the new year. Not realizing that sabbatical was going to be a major shift. It was no longer a sabbatical, it was a shift. But in order to shift properly, you have to lay down the things that are distracting you. And I had too much noise around me. So I laid down social media, really big thing, because I am the woman who thrives on social media. So I laid down social media and I laid down a lot of organizations and I laid down a lot of different partnerships, and it was just me and God, period. So come away before you come apart. This is all, and we'll get into this some more on Sunday, and I'll tell you why in a second. But it was giving very much Moses having to get away from where he was in order to find his true purpose and activate it, right? He was fine for how he grew up was fine for a while, growing up as an as a Hebrew living in Egyptian land. And, that worked for him for the time being. He saw a measure of success. But his greatest accomplishments came when he came away and didn't realize he was going away for that. Thought he was just being banished for one thing. Turned out that banishment was for him to shift into who he needed to be. Yeah. That's all of this right here. So that's what happened. It was time for me to really come away before I come apart, before I lose myself, before I lose my purpose, before I really, and I felt like I was just like, there's just too much going on. I'm too distracted and my head is not clear. And the funny thing about it is, I didn't want to come away because, and I didn't want to take a sabbatical because I felt like, and this is when I really knew things had to change. I felt like if I come away, if I take a sabbatical, then I will no longer be relevant anymore. But what is relevance if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing? And then it's like, relevant to who? Relevant to what? Social media? A world that literally we create our own worlds? A world in which everyone posts their highlight reel? Like, that's why I need to stay relevant? No wonder why I'm so exhausted. Who am I trying to stay relevant for? Because that doesn't serve me. That serves everybody else. So who am I trying to stay relevant for? And what's the point of being relevant? For where? For why? For who? If you're not truly doing what God has called you to do. This is social media. It can be here today, gone tomorrow, and we have seen that. So where is the relevance that you're trying to keep, Shamar? And in that moment, that's when I was like, okay, y'all, we have to change. There it is right there. God can't get to me because there's too much noise around me. And I'm too busy trying to stay at the top of the game because that's what everyone expects of me. But what does God expect of me? What do I expect of me? I lost sight of all of that. And I didn't have it in me anymore. So I went on sabbatical, not realizing that sabbatical was going to be my shift. And this shift has been real. So what are the changes that we're seeing with this new rebrand? First and foremost, you are going to see a much more transparent Shamar. If y'all thought I really didn't care before, ooh, girl, ooh, girl, ooh, girl. I really don't care now because I got things to do. And I have women that help free. And I have women to advocate for. And I have women whose voices have been stifled that I need to help free. So I ain't got time no more to care about what it looks like on social media, who I'm trying to impress. Because here's the thing. When you have God in your life, none of that matters. When you have God in your life, you literally, all you need to do is walk in your purpose. God will connect the dots and get you to where he needs you to be. Okay? Some of the things I have going on behind the scenes has shown me that. So because this shift has been really real, we're going to be talking about this shift. And I want you all to understand that this shift is just going to be just as real for you all, but it's a shift that you'll make it through. So you're going to see a more honest, more open Shamar, which is crazy because that's who I've always been. We're just operating at a higher level now. You're seeing much more of a Holy Spirit-led Shamar. I was really afraid to come out publicly in ministry, even though I did. But I think I did to a degree that I was comfortable with. But the reality is I can only be who I can only be. I can't be anybody other than the woman of God that God has called me to be. The minister, the soon-to-be evangelist, the whatever else God has for me. That is who I am. That's what you're seeing more of. And if that means that I have to change some things, well, then I have to change some things. If that means that friendships change, well, then friendships change. If that means that, business changes, well, then, hey, cool, bet. Sabbatical was the best part of my life as well. As hard as it was to shift, I also had some really amazing moments. Traveling I did a lot of day trips, a lot of restaurants, just really reconnecting. So that was great. So that is also what's changing. And also I have created a new YouTube series. So everything, my content will no longer be exclusively on like Facebook or Instagram. It's all going to go over to YouTube first. And anything you all see on Instagram and Facebook are going to lead you to YouTube. I wanted to do more on YouTube because now I'm at the point where I can talk more about what I need to talk about. And I can bring to you all more about what God wants me to bring to you all. And YouTube is going to be the platform to do that. So make sure you are subscribed to Shamar Latanya on YouTube. And we are doing a weekly series called Shift Talk Sundays. The shift is very real. And every Sunday we're talking about a new topic, and you all have seen some of the topics on my social media. You've seen me touch on alcoholism, depression, suicide, sexual assaults. It is, y'all, for real, I am just like, how in the world am I not in a straitjacket somewhere with all the things that I've been through? And it is literally because it's for this moment. It's giving very much such a time as this. God got me through all of that so I can help the next people do it. And that's what I'm going to do. So the Shift Talk Sundays, we are tackling each topic week by week. Shift Talk Sundays will be uploaded every Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are going through these topics. And let me just tell you out the gate, y'all know me. Okay? Y'all know me. It is going to be faith-based. Period. I just gotta say, I know how some of you girls like to tussle. It is what it is. If you've been following me, you know it flows out of me anyway. So like, we're here, okay, and we're gonna be here, and it is faith-based, and we're tackling these topics. And what I love about the Shift Talk Sundays is that it's gonna go beyond just a conversation. Each week, you're gonna get Shift Talk points, so you can really learn how to apply this and get it in your spirit. And then each week, you're gonna get a shift challenge. Or if you had me as a coach, I like to give weekly assignments. Why? Because you need to know how to apply it. I want you to watch Shift Talk Sundays and then take some things away with you so you can apply them to your life, because we're doing more than just talking over here. Like, if everything connected to me has to grow and rise. And when I say connected to me, if you are watching a video, baby, you connected. You is connected. And my goal is for you to go beyond just watching to rising. So along with the Shift Talk points, you are going to be getting weekly shift challenges, excuse me. And those shift challenges, I'm looking at my notes, y'all, are really to help you all get that applied to your life. We want change. We want growth. We want the word. We want this to get into your spirit and grow roots and expand and deep roots, so you can grow higher. I don't do plants. I do not do plants. But what I do know is the deeper the roots, the stronger the roots, the stronger whatever it is that grows out of it is going to be. That's the goal for you all and for me. Monthly Shift Talk giveaways. I am blessed to know so many amazing people and so many amazing women entrepreneurs, and these monthly Shift Talk giveaways are going to be items that are directly related to what we're talking about: inspiration, growth, movement, and I am going to be giving these away monthly. So that is exciting, and you will get your rules and regulation, what that looks like, monthly as well. What else are we doing? And that is that. When it comes to the new rebrand, there are just so many things that are coming down the pike. But right now, because I don't want to overwhelm you, right now, what you can expect is the Shift Talk Sundays. The new logo has debuted. I did put that on social media. I was trying to put it somewhere in the video, but it wasn't working, y'all. Okay. But there's a new logo. I have new watermarks, new social media templates. It was really time to do things new. And I'm not always the biggest fan of new. I tend to fight back against new, which is so weird because I have such a free spirit in other areas, but I'm also a creature of habit. But we know that when God calls you out of something and when God shifts you, he really does remake you and redirect you. Not even rebrand, I would say redirect. And that has been the goal of this whole thing. So we have changed the colors. The reason behind the colors, they're a little bit more elevated, elegant, and I think they reflect who I've grown into as a woman, the maturity that I've grown into as a woman, the ease that I've grown into as a woman of God, the peace that I've grown into as a woman of God. I'm not as loud as I used to be. Not that there was nothing wrong with being, first of all, there was nothing wrong with me being loud, but I have learned to, I don't know, I have just grown into this woman who has just monitored what I say, how I say it. I'm still going to give it to you real. I'm still going to be blunt, so don't get excited. But I've learned how to discern what's coming out of my own mouth and how it comes out. So that has changed so much of me and my spirit and my personality. And I wanted the brand to reflect that. So when you look at the new colors, the golds and the deep purples and how it fades into the black, and the elegance of the fonts. It really does. It's supposed to exemplify who I think I've grown into as a woman. I turned 40 and everything changed, y'all. Like, for real. Honestly. So, the first thing we are going to be, the first video for Shift Talk Sundays premieres on this Sunday. And I am going to be talking with you all about come away before you come apart. You can continue to ignore the shift all you want to. You can ignore what you know. You can ignore what you feel. It's never going to work on your behalf, because either two things are going to happen. Either you are going to have a nervous breakdown or a mental breakdown and fall apart, or you're just going to you're going to become robotic, and you're going to wake up one day and regret everything. We don't do that around these parts. We don't live in regrets around these parts, and we certainly don't settle. And you know I'm big on mental health, so we're not breaking down around these parts. So don't ignore the shift when you feel it. Come away, get yourself together before you come apart. It's giving very much Jesus coming away after he did a lot of work. I have to, it doesn't say what he did, but I have to believe that he came away. One of the reasons was to refill, because my man's had a lot going on, and he had a lot that he had to do. And when you have these heavy purposes, you have to learn to come away and eliminate the distraction and the noise and get to where you need to be. So I would say, is this a rebrand? Yes. But per God on the altar during prayer over me, it is a redirection. We are going to do this God's way. Period. Everyone on my team is Holy Spirit led, and I am thankful for it. And we are going to set the atmosphere. We are not going to fall into the same habits that we used to. We are going to stand by what we know. We're going to set the atmosphere. We're not going to fall into structures and systems, but we are really going to do this the way God would have us to do it, the way God would have me to do it. So, the redirection. I am Shamar Latanya, a loving, ambitious, fun, caring minister who seeks to be the voice of those women who feel like they don't have a voice, who feel like they don't fit in, who feel like their uniqueness has been told to be a weight. Those women who feel like they've been told to stop dreaming. I want you to dream again. I want you to use your voice, and I want you to be unique and use it in your own unique way. There's so much more coming. So subscribe to the channel. The first part about the giveaway, I want you all to take something that resonated with you during this video and repost it and tag me in it and use the hashtag ShiftTalk. I am choosing giveaway winners at random. Today, I will be giving away 7 Steps to Confidence ebook by Destiny King Cannon. You may know her as Destiny Inspire. I will be giving away a journal by Jasmine Stokes, who is an amazing woman of God that I absolutely love. I will be giving away an ebook called Don't Muzzle Your Message, Use Your Voice. It's not, I added the use your voice part, by Sierra Shanae. The next day, I have more giveaways. We have 3 days of giveaways this week. So stay tuned. Hashtag repost. Engage on Facebook. I literally engage on Facebook, engage on Instagram. I literally will be choosing winners at random for those who engage and use the hashtag ShiftTalk and tag me in it. Thank you all for coming with me on this journey. The first Shift Talk Sunday premieres this Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I will see you all there for the redirection.